Hello everyone, it is TooAwesome here with another video. Now, if you're anything like me and you watched The Promised Neverland back when it first aired, you know that it's been some time since, and you may not remember everything, especially going into Season 2, which will soon wrap itself up. So I took the time and rewatched The Promised Neverland's first season, and I thought it would be a good idea to review it. So without further ado, let's review The Promised Neverland. The Promised Neverland is a 12-episode dark fantasy science fiction mystery thriller first aired back on January 11th of 2019. Like I said, it's been a while. My first time watching it through, I had vastly different opinions than I do on it now. For starters, I thought the show overall was good, but in my mind it had some issues. I remember the beginning being super engaging and one of the best I've seen, but I recalled it dropping in the middle and becoming boring. Like, really boring. Then at the end, I remembered it picked up again and ended on a high. And well, I was very wrong, and I'm glad I rewatched it to clear that confusion because I missed on a lot of my points. Although I did get a few things correct, like the first episode. The first episode of this show is amazing, one of the best beginning episodes I have seen in any anime. Right away, it enthralls you in this world and hooks you, making you excited and tense for what's to come. That itself is in large part to the great ideas, or major idea, at play. I remember my first time watching and just sitting there in awe and speculation. It's such an odd combo, but the show uses it so well. I would even sometimes just take a step back and say, wow, that's a really good idea. I can't believe I forgot how good the first episode actually is. So right off the bat, the show has a lot of the necessary tools to be great. And throughout the show, it continuously introduces new ideas, things, and aspects to the story, always keeping you on your toes and ready to click on that next episode. Did I mention that rewatching it, I finished it all in 2 days? One, if you want to count the actual time I started. So when I talk about being hooked, I'm not joking. Plus, this was my second time on a mystery thriller show, something that thrives on the twists and turns of the story to keep you interested. Seriously, the show successfully drags you in and does not let you go for the entire 12 episodes. Plus, the animation is really good. So good, I wrote it down multiple times in my notes. And there were countless times where the camera would do all this movement and spins, all while being absolutely seamless. Plus, there were just some interesting and artistic shots mixed in as well. The animation is solid. And the music is another great aspect of this show. The playful melodies dancing as the children play tag, the music swelling as the tension rises. It's crazy to think that I didn't even notice the score the first time viewing, or maybe I did and just forgot. And don't get me started on the sound design. Why is it so good? The clocks ticking, the grass rustling as children run, quick shocking reveals. Like, how do they portray it all so well? The sound effects are amazing. And let's not forget just how good the location is for this story. If you watch the show, you know, but it's something very easily overlooked, but it gives the show a unique presence that I don't feel could be replicated in any other setting. And let's not forget the intro like I did because wow, it's really good. I remember it being good, and well, I wasn't wrong, but I do not remember the outro being this good as well. Like seriously, did I miss something? Because how was it this good and I never remembered? But a lot of the story is given a completely different context after watching it a second time. You get to pick up on a lot of subtle hints left throughout the show that you would be completely blind to otherwise. It just goes to show how well the show was set up and how airtight the story is. And it's kind of funny because usually for me, whenever watching something twice, I can never really get into it fully again, unless it's a super rare occasion, but I guess this was one of them because even for the finale, I knew what was going to happen, but I was still hyped. I'm just glad I went and watched it again because there were so many gems and smaller story points that I didn't remember or just didn't pick up on the first time. Also, I wanted to mention this somewhere, but I really like the character designs. They all seem pretty unique, plus they have such funny faces, especially Phil. We love Phil. But I just have one issue, and if you've watched the show, you know what I mean, but why are these kids so loud? You're telling me they are screaming in the middle of the night and going outside with lanterns and no one notices? Come on. But in all seriousness, that's really my only complaint for the show, and even then it's more of a minor nitpick and can probably be explained with some context in the story. But watching this show again really makes me feel like I did when I first started watching anime. It really felt like a throwback for me. I have no idea how I got it into my mind that this show was overrated or bad, because truthfully, before watching, that's what this video's title was going to be, or something along the lines of that. But I'm super glad I rewatched it and I had a great time doing so. The Promised Neverland's first season gets a 9 out of 10. It's super solid and I definitely recommend. It even made its way to Netflix not too long ago, so you have no excuses. I did rewatch the show, so I would be ready to go into the second season, and well, I've definitely heard some things about it, almost overwhelmingly on the negative side. I'm still going into it with an open mind, however, but I should be able to review that when it wraps itself up, so if you're interested in that, maybe stick around or subscribe. It would be cool. But hopefully you all enjoyed the video. If you have any ideas or comments of your own, make sure to leave them down below. Trust me, I read them. Also, look at this graph. Okay, but as always, stay awesome, too awesome. Thanks for watching.